What if we have more than five senses? I'm an oncologist, so I've seen more loss than most. But then my dad died, and I was a mess. I needed comfort. I knew he was in heaven, but knowing wasn't enough. I knew it should be, but honestly, it wasn't. So I started dedicating time imagining his life there. To be clear, I don't know what heaven will be like. I might be wrong about every single thing I imagine. But my guess is it's going to be better than anything I can imagine. And thinking about the details, that's how I found my comfort. But back to the question, the senses. Let's start by thinking about our five senses one by one. Trust me, it'll make the stuff that follows make more sense. First, sight. Everything you see. That's how most of us define our world. But imagine trying to explain sight to someone who's never seen. You couldn't say the sky is blue. Blue can't be used to describe the sky because they've never seen blue. And the sky can't be used to describe blue because they've never seen the sky. Brightness, contrast, depth, none of it would make sense without a reference point. So while you're thinking about sight, imagine living your whole life without it. And then suddenly, you could see. First, you'd be overwhelmed, but then the amazement would come. Everything in life would feel brand new. I'm guessing smell and taste, they'd be the same. How about touch? Let's spend a moment on that. Imagine never being able to feel touch. We don't think about it much, but it matters. Tying your shoes, protecting you from burning yourself when you feel something hot. But maybe more than all that, the warm love of a hug. Without touch, we'd have none of it. Now, imagine a life without touch. And then suddenly, you could feel. You'd feel like life just started. Hearing, hearing would be the same. Crickets and frogs on a summer night, the giggle of a child, the whisper of someone you love. Now, think about your whole life in silence. And then suddenly, sound. You'd feel awake, all because one sense was turned on. Now, back to heaven. I'm guessing we're going to have more than five senses. How many more? I don't know, 1, 3, 10. But even one more would make me feel like I woke up, like I just then started living. But I like to be specific. I can't leave it there. The details, that's what gets me through. So I imagine what a new sense might be. First, I like to connect. I mean, really connect. I'd like to share thoughts, but more than that, to share emotion and understanding. You know how sometimes you experience something so profound, so great, so perfect, like maybe you get up early on a fall day and you go out in the crisp air and you just sit there waiting for first light. And then it quietly meets you. You try to tell someone about it. And as you're talking, you just feel your words fall flat. So you wrap up what you're saying. You want to share how you felt, but you can't. I think in heaven, maybe we can. I'd like to do that. And I'd like others to do it with me. For the next one, I like to use things on earth to give me ideas for what heaven might be like. You know how sometimes light catches a spider web just right, and you can see a strand stretching through the air, blowing in the wind, and it looks amazing. That makes me think, I'd like to see the breeze. I imagine long colored strands tracing the airflow. I could reach into it, tug at a line, twist it, loop it. On Earth, our movements affect airflow, but we can't experience it, we can't feel it. In heaven, it would feel like dancing with the wind. I also like to use one idea to spring to the next. Interacting with the wind makes me think, what else could I interact with in heaven that would be impossible on Earth? And I thought of atoms. Remember, I've got a science background, so I tend to lean that way. What if we could do more than see or touch an object? What if we could feel its motion? Yeah, even rocks have motion. Their atoms vibrate. The particles in liquids move faster and gases even faster. But to feel the movement of something that we don't think of as moving, I think that'd be amazing. So that's 3 potential new senses. Again, I don't know what heaven will be like. I'm just imagining. And through it, I'm finding comfort and a lot more about myself, about others, and about life. Share what you imagine in the comments. I'm sure everyone would love to hear them. I know I would. And if you want to imagine with me, subscribe. I'm going to be here regularly.